Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome back if you follow me. And I hope you've had a lovely Christmas and, just into the new year. And, the year of the snake, that was shedding, of all skins. And, for me personally, it was like an onion. I was shedding layer after layer and finding more and more of myself and more of my light, what's been hidden from me. I was finding more of myself. And the year coming, 2026, what we're just in, the year of the horse, I feel big breakthroughs coming. Can't speak for anybody else, but personally, I feel there's big breakthroughs coming on my journey. But yeah, if you've been following me and I've been on my travels, and Spirit sends me on my travels. I'm used to this now. 7 years on this path, I'm very, very used to. And I get downloads prior to going on certain holidays, what I'm going to feel and experience in these places that Spirit sends to me. And just before going, this holiday that I've gone on as well, it's been changed many, many times. It's gone from going to France to going to Morocco to, eventually, after lots of changes and detours, shall I say, Hollywood, Los Angeles, Hollywood. And my son took the reins on this holiday. So it was out of my hands, it was out of my control, much like my twin flame path. It was all out of my control. So I knew there was meanings behind that, why it was out of my control. Basically, Spirit was saying, we can't control everything, and there's reasons why. And I knew I was also going to experience some very low energy when I arrived there. I knew that before going. And I also know why, So yeah, here I am back home, feeling more grounded, more getting back to my natural energy, my more feeling more myself. And I only arrived last night back home, and already I can feel the difference. I can feel that shift in my energy and my nervous system also, because I've been very, very nervous on my travels this holiday. Not all holidays I'm nervous, but I've been very, very nervous. And there were certain factors why I was nervous. And yeah, I'm an energy healer and I feel energy, and I knew I'd be like a sponge, for this place. And I was. It was different, shall I say. It was a different type of holiday. It was 7 days. And I'm glad to be home. The energy and the person that I am and the light that I hold inside myself, that's not from an ego side. I just know who I am, from all this healing that I've done on my journey. From experiencing, my 3 swords in my heart many years ago. That tower, that tower came in. Everything crumbled around me. Took me into my death. Not a physical death, but took me into the death and the rebirth. That deep transformation. That took me into the hermit. That's where the deep transformation occurs, And yeah, shall I say this holiday, very, very, very different. I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be honest, completely honest. This is what Spirit wants me on here for. I knew I'd be doing a reading on it. the devil energy. I felt this. The minute I landed, I felt this. And it was out of my control. I was, you know, in a place, I was out of my comfort zone. I felt bound, you know. I was there for 7 days. Yeah, I felt the devil energy there. I'm not gonna lie, I did. Very, very emotional I was, you know, on this holiday. And on a holiday, you know, you think, well, you're gonna be all happy, and you know, I was very happy to be there with my family, my 2 boys, my partner, and you know, my oldest lad's girlfriend, and you know, her mother. I was very happy to all be together, but I could not help, as an energy healer and as a sponge for picking up energy, environments, places, people, could not help feeling this devil energy there. And I knew I would be prior to going. So I was nervous prior to going. Don't get like this on every holiday. I don't. This was different. But there was also meanings behind it. There was also very, very transformative healing for me, you know. That spirit wanted me to go through. And also to bring that message back for others. So yeah, I've done a bit of automatic writing, and yeah, lost my heart in Hollywood and found my wings was what was coming through. You know, and this means that, you know, people, and it's really hard reading to do this one. People, I'm still feeling the energy. So people who go to Hollywood and they go for the, you know, for the dreams, and they have creative gifts, and you know, they have gifts, and not everyone makes it, you know, in Hollywood. But they go to follow the dreams, you know. It's about fame, ambition, you know, wealth, you know. That's what you go there for, you know. If I was to follow my dreams and I was, you know, to be drawn to Hollywood, say I wanted to be an actress, you know, and the bright lights of Hollywood was calling me. Yeah, that's the place to go into. Everyone feels that. Everyone knows that, you know. Go to Hollywood, you'll make it big. You'll make your millions. You'll be a star. Yeah, that might be true for some, you know. That might be true for some. Not for everybody. Not what I saw there. Not what I felt there. There's a dark side to Hollywood. It's that sad. It's like I could feel like from the minute I landed, it's like a vortex, like a dark energy just surrounding, you know. And yeah, I did have emotional meltdown there, and I did cry there. I'm not gonna lie, I did. And you know, it looked a bit odd to people that don't understand, that don't feel and don't understand energy. You know, to my family and my friends and that. Couldn't help it. The energy there was very, very, very strong, and yeah, dark. So yeah, you know, there's the dark side. I saw a lot of homelessness, a lot of homeless people. Yeah, it broke my heart to see that. A lot of lost souls. A lot of lost souls. It broke my heart to see that. And you know, if you've been following me, you know that I'm all about the light. I'm all about the heart centre. I'm all about coming from the heart, you know. But yeah, I could feel that there, like the lost souls. I could feel that. These 3 swords in the heart. Very, 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 very lost. souls. And I can feel that energy coming back to me now when I've just cleared my energy, I've just cleared my space. And I can feel it all returning. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can feel it all returning. I won't return there again. I had some beautiful experiences. It was not all bad. I want to say that. And this is what the spirit wants me to talk about. To every dark, there's light. You know, to light, there's dark. There's the contrast of the two, you know, there's the balance. We do need the two, you know, we need that balance. Balance, you know, I couldn't feel much balance, if I'm going to be honest, in certain places. Not all places. I visited some beautiful places and the energy lifted and I felt better. But yeah, felt this there. Felt like I was battling with my emotions, battling with unseen things there as well. You know, definitely battling to keep my emotions stable there. And I know what battle is. I've been on this twin flame journey a long time now. I know battles when I face them. This is one battle, you know. So death and a rebirth, you know, that's your biggest battle you're going to go through. You go through that death, not the physical death. You go through the, you know, the death of the old to become the new. You know, and you have to battle that, and you have to face the devil. And this is the message from Spirit. This is why they want me to talk about Hollywood and my travels. You know, my path, it all connects. It's one big connecting path. Wherever I go on holidays, wherever I get sent to, whether I send myself there or if, you know, it's out of my hands, I'm bound. You know, I was bound to go on this holiday. It had to happen. There was reasons behind it. And it's to bring this message back. Yeah, battling. Was I battling to keep my emotions stable there? Especially when I was walking down the Hollywood Walk of Fame and the stars and looking at all the stars and the prints of Hollywood stars and that. I could feel, you know, it was amazing to see, but I could feel, you know, and a lot of homelessness was around there as well. I could feel this energy there. Very, very much so there. Not everywhere, but yeah, there I felt it. And yeah, you know, it was a balancing act for me. I had to balance myself out there. You know, I was juggling. Again, this twin flame path, you're juggling. You're juggling to take control of your emotions. You're juggling to keep battling. You're juggling. It's a juggle. It's a juggling act. It really is. And you know, it takes all of your strength. It took all my strength, and I'm on holiday, and people might say, well, that's a bit strange. It's not when you feel energy. It's not when you feel environments, places, people. You're an energy feeler. You know, you feel it. I don't see things. I don't see. Not as of yet. I know that there's lots of energy healers that do see things. I'm a feeler. So I'm like a sponge. It envelopes me. Yeah, it took all my strength. But luckily, I'd had that death and that rebirth. I'd been through my dark night of the soul. So yes, the energy was very, very devil-like. I'm not going to lie, it was. I also knew I had that strength inside me and my light. This, you know, I knew. I had that connection to spirit, the star, you know. And yeah, with that walk of fame, the stars, yeah, it was lovely to see. It was a good experience. But I also felt that heavy energy there. Just like the twin flame journey, you know, there's some beautiful parts of this journey. But there's also some, you know, very, very, very dark parts of this journey, very lonely. I could feel a lot of loneliness there, the hermit. You know, I've experienced loneliness. I know, and people might say, well, you've got a family, you've got a beautiful home, you've got a family. That does not matter. When you go into your spiritual awakening or your dark night of the soul or your twin flame journey, whatever your spiritual path is, we are all individuals. It is all individual to us. That does not matter. You're on your own. Yeah? You're on your own. This journey is on your own journey, ultimately. You face the devil on your own. Now, I know that I'm strong enough to face whatever comes my way. I'm out of this. I'm out of this energy. I'm out of the devil energy. I'm not bound by any dark energies anymore. Too light for that. You know, I've got that spiritual toolkit that I can protect myself with. I know how to bounce back like that on this journey. But you are on your own. And I felt a lot. I saw a lot. Of homelessness and people, you know, on the own there. And I knew I would before going. I knew I was going to face this. But, you know, it's part of this path. I get sent to places for reasons. It's part of my journey. It's all connected. Yeah, I felt in there, you know, I felt this energy, this devil energy that I'm not going to lie. That's why I'm talking about it. But I also had some beautiful times there. Yes, the sun did come out. The sun did come out for me on this journey. Just like it does on the twin flame journey. I knew that one day, you know, so I was in a really dark energy. I was in this energy. The first couple of days I arrived there. Yeah, I was in the devil energy. Felt it all around me. I did. But I also knew that sun was going to come. You know, it was raining as well for the first few days there. You know, so I knew the sun was coming. Literally, the sun was coming. In the next few days, the sun did come out. But I knew the energy was going to shift as well, you know. That turning of the wheel was happening. I knew that one day to the next was going to be different. Just like the twin flame journey. You know, you might feel this energy one day, then the sun. Turning of the wheel. You know, that's what this path is. It's a path of, you know, moving forward as well. You know, moving forward, that's the turning of the wheel. Keep moving forward, that turning of the wheel happens. You know? It's a path. It's also a path of the unknown. I knew I was going to feel some dark energy there. Wasn't quite sure where, when. Didn't know it was going to hit me a few days into the journey. Or straight away. Well, it hit me straight away. So the minute I landed, it was like, felt that energy. Felt it. But I knew, because of who I am on my path and what I've been through already, I knew I had that strength to, you know, yeah, it sounds daft to enjoy this holiday. It really does sound daft, but yeah, no, not when you feel energy and you feel places, environments. I have to be so careful. But I also knew I was going there for a reason. And I knew I'd be talking about it and guiding others. So yeah, felt the dark side, let's say, of Hollywood. Also had some beautiful times there. The light did come eventually, you know, just like a spiritual path. We have the dark, we have the light. It's up to us as well. Spirit's saying, I felt this there. I felt that, you know, these two asserts, different directions, pointing. Do I go that way? Do I go that way? Decisions, you know, to make. I felt this energy there. And I felt blindfolded as well. Like, why am I here? What have I come here for? But yeah, I was sent there for a reason. Yeah, crossroads. Felt crossroads there. It was just a weird. It was strange energy. I felt energy dark before. Of course I am. I'm twin flame. I have felt energies like that around me. Just felt, yeah, the hangman. I did. Felt like I was just, why am I here? What's the point? Like, why are you sent me to a place I'm not going to enjoy? Well, the hangman is, you know, you're in limerence. Is it limerence? Is the word coming through? Is it limerence? Yeah, I knew I was sent there for a reason. I just didn't quite know what. So I was in that hangman energy until I got home, and the downloads started flooding in. Till this morning, actually. I knew there was going to be readings. I knew that I was going to talk about this journey, and I knew there was a contrast between the dark and the light that I would be talking about. I also knew I'd be talking about Hollywood. I knew that, but I didn't quite know when I would be talking about it, is what I'm saying. Didn't quite know what to expect before I got to Hollywood neither, but I knew there was going to be some dark and light. Yeah, knew that. So a lot of homeless and a lot of souls, a lot of lost souls. Yeah, and it was sad to see. And because I'm an empathic, I feel all that so heavy. I can feel it now, like, and I'm not there. But to see and feel that, it's a heavy load, you know, to carry, you know. It's like, although there was some light parts there, you know, there was sunshine there. It wasn't all doom and gloom. I'm not going to say it was. There was light. There was sunshine. Literally, the sunshine came out after the 3 days of raining. But yeah, there was the dark. There was this energy. And you know, I knew there was reasons behind why I was experiencing this. There always is, you know. Spirits constantly putting us on our path to learn and to break through things, and yeah, very, very tough things. It's not all rainbows, unicorns and butterflies and fairy tales. It's not. This path is not. If you've heard me talk about it on my other videos, yeah, it's not that. Not the twin flame path. Can't speak for other spiritual awakenings. All I can speak of is my own path. Yeah, just when you feel like, you know, you're having a breakthrough and your energy is stable and, you know, you're at this balanced, you know, you're balanced, your energy out, you're feeling stable. Yeah, spirit can throw in that devil energy. They can. But it's also to create this turning of the wheel. It's to create forward movement on my journey. I know. They're not testing me anymore. Well, maybe they are testing me, I'm not sure, but it don't feel like testing me anymore because I'm too strong. It would have felt like a test about a few years ago. I probably would have broke down into a big heap and screamed, get me the, you know, hell out of here. I can't stand this energy. But no, too strong. Too strong. You know, and I was surrounded by my crystals and I was doing my yoga work, you know, to shift this energy. I was picking up from not me. It was from, you know, this devil energy I felt there. I was still having to do, you know, even on holiday, you know, I do yoga on holiday anyhow, especially when I'm in, you know, beautiful places on the beach. I'll take it out into the nature, you know. But yeah, gosh, I was battling. I'm not going to lie. It was a battle. But it was my holiday also. So I was making the most out of it. I was seeing this sunshine coming through, you know. Although I was a nervous Nelly, I'm not going to lie. The words scared me. Totally different to our words. I'm nervous here anyhow, but I was very, very nervous there. But that's how we could get around. You know, it's a big, big place, so we had to hire a car, and that's how we got around. So yeah, I had that. So I was a nervous Nelly, and I felt bound by this devil energy as well. Then it started to lift. About 3 days into the holiday, it started to lift for me. And the sun came out literally, and it just started to lift, and I was like, whoa, yes, I can feel this now. We visited some beautiful places. We visited the Grove, and we visited the Hollywood Hills sign. That was the last day, and it was like I'd say about 2 hours 40 minutes walking. But wow, what a view from the top, and so worth it. You know, and didn't feel any of that devil energy up there. Did not. That's what I'm saying. There was some dark, and there was some light to this holiday. Spirit sent me on. So again, like a twin flame path, we have the dark, we have the light. It's that balance. It's, you know, we have to balance that. Just like I've balanced, you know, the divine feminine, divine masculine energy out in myself. It's that balancing act, you know, that brings you to, you know, your light, brings you to your star, brings you to that connection to spirit more. Don't know if YouTube show these bubbles, but I'll just cover them up. I forget these cards. See, these cards also, these cards are, there's some cards missing out of this deck, and I've never used this deck to channel for, you know, on TikTok or on my YouTube channel. Never used it, but this morning Spirit sent me to it and was, get this deck out, and I was speaking back to him saying it's unfinished. I haven't got all the cards in this deck. It was like, it doesn't matter, and I was like, okay, there's a reason why. And you know, on your twin flame journey, it's missing pieces, you know. You have to go on this journey to fill in the missing pieces, you know. So you start with these 3 swords in your heart. Ouch. Beating myself up now. Oh. So you start this, you know, your 3 swords in your heart, and that's how it occurs. Then this death and rebirth comes in, you know, your transformation from that tower crumbling, everything you've ever known. And you start feeling this energy, you know, you're bound, and codependency also, the same codependency, yeah, you do feel codependent in this connection, and obsession, you know, all those devil energies, yeah, you do. Much like, you know, Hollywood, when you know, when people go there to find their fame and the fortune, and so for some it happens, and it does, but for others, no, you know. And I can imagine there's obsession and there's codependency and there's all that devil energy there. What the, I won't say fallen experience, but the lost souls that don't find that fame and fortune, you know, what they went to Hollywood for. Yeah. I can imagine that that's how they feel, bound by the devil, you know, locked. I'm going to show this because there's pointing me to this. So I'm going to cover the rudies up as well. I don't know what TikTok's will do, but yeah. So I think that's it. So you see the devil. He's bigger than us, you know. Yeah. And you see these 2 people either side, and they're chained together, forever bound. Codependency, obsession, I remember the dark parts of this journey, and that was when I was going through my death and my rebirth. This devil energy was well around me at that point. And that's because I was in my dark night. I'd say the devil energy is the dark night. And that's what I felt like there. I was in the dark night again. And obviously not as strong as my dark night that I've gone through, because I'm stronger now. I can fight the dark off quicker now as well, you know. It don't surround me like it used to. Don't get me down as much. I've brought these chains, you know. I'm not bound to anybody. I'm not chained to the devil anymore. I'm not chained in my own, you know, my own ego and mind anymore. Although on this picture, yeah, the bound, you know, the chains. Don't mean to say you have to stay there, and you don't stay there on this journey. You do the healing, and you know, you take that leap into the unknown, and you dare to go where, you know, there's no destination. You're just on the, yeah, you're going to take that leap. You're going into that unknown. But you want to be out of this. This is why I went into the unknown, because I didn't want to stay in this. I didn't want to stay shackled to the devil. I didn't want to stay in this energy. It's not a nice energy to be in. And yeah, I felt this energy there in Hollywood. I felt it so strong. But again, dark and light to everything. Dark and light to every journey. Dark and light to everything in, you know, on your own path. We have that. But we do have to take this leap. We have to be brave enough to take this leap into the unknown, to get out of, you know, that energy. Yeah, never want to go in that energy again. Never will do. Too bright for that now. Shining like a star, they're saying. Yeah. Connection to spirit. My connection to spirit is so strong. You know, so a lot of stars there. Didn't see any stars as in like, you know, famous Hollywood movie stars. But I saw a lot of stars, you know, like as in on the Walk of Fame. Yeah, touched them. Felt really grateful to be there, you know, for, you know, because it's history, isn't it? It's like Marilyn Monroe. I saw her little imprints in the, you know, in the handprints, and I love Marilyn Monroe. She is a star to me. She's, you know, she's iconic, isn't she, to everybody. She held beautiful energy. She was a light, you know, she is a light. But it was really good, you know, to see that. So yeah, I had some light parts, you know, even in the dark is what they're saying. So yeah, the Hollywood Walk of Fame for me, I felt a lot of this. So a lot of homeless, so a lot of bound people to the devil. Did see that, not gonna lie. But also, although I was amongst, you know, I was walking on these stars on the Walk of Fame, there was also that energy there. But the light shone, you know, it broke through, you know, on my trip. And that's what happens on the twin flame path. Once you face the devil, you know, your own ego and mind, the chains that keep us bound, you know, because although we are bound to another for, yes, past life, this life, all eternity, you know, we are also our own star. We hold that light inside us, you know. Yeah, you don't have to be bound forever and eternity to obsession and codependency and all the dark energies on the twin flame path. You don't have to be bound to that. You can become the star, you know, of your own journey. But yeah, definitely, when the downloads were coming through, on the plane actually as well, but very clear this morning. I knew why Spirit had sent me there. I always know. It's that psychic medium in me. I can't not know. Sometimes I'd like not to, I would just like to, I won't say normal, but I guess it is kind of just have a normal holiday. But yeah, my path's not normal. I'm not meant to be. I'm meant to show others a different way. Yeah, you know. So that's my holiday. So I'll just get back to the automatic writing that came out. Let's have a look. So yeah, you know, there was, like I say, there was some beautiful parts of it. I'm not going to say it's all bad because I would be lying, and it's not. I could feel some beautiful energy in certain parts that I visited, but could also feel that devil energy. I could. Yeah, there's some beautiful homes there, like, you know, oh wow, amazing homes. But there's also homelessness, and that's sad to see, especially in the world we live in. It's really sad to see, you know, homeless. I've always had a soft spot for homeless, and because I just don't believe that anybody should be homeless. We all deserve a place to lay our heads down, you know, to feel safe, to feel sheltered, to feel warm, to be, you know, to have food, love. We all deserve that, every one of us. And yeah, it pulls on the heartstrings. I felt this when I saw that. I felt this. This is what they're feeling, you know, that pain, excruciating pain as you feel swords in your heart. Yeah. So right, let's have a look. Yeah, there's also this as well. They're saying. That's just, yeah, person back to you. You know? On their own, looking out. Yeah, so I'm back in that energy again. I can feel it. I'm gonna have to sage again. Right, so yeah, so a lot of lost souls there. And I didn't see no Hollywood stars there. I didn't expect to see. But yeah, I did visit the stars, the Hollywood, you know, Walk of Fame stars, and I did do all the sightseeing places, you know, that us tourists go to, you know, and I did. And I felt a mixed bag of energies, let's say. I felt some light in some places, and I felt, yeah, devil energy in others. I guess, you know, it's like everyday life, isn't it? We have the light and we have that dark. We have that contrast of the two, and that's what was coming through with the downloads. Spirit wanted me to talk about the contrast. We have the dark and the light. We need the both. We need to experience the challenges, the conflict, and we need to have that battle for the growth to happen, you know, for the growth to occur. We need to experience that. We need to experience this fear surge. We need to experience the devil energy. We need to go up against, you know, we need to battle for our souls. I feel like people was doing there. You need to battle. Just like a twin flame journey, you go up against this devil. You know, you battle for your life at times on this journey. I'm not gonna lie. You know, a death and a rebirth is not an easy thing. You're battling for. It's not. You know, and all the time you've got that surrounding you. You know, that you feel bound and you do feel chained. Yeah, it's not easy. But through the dark comes the light, and it does. Yeah, there's many times that you know you're sent into the hermit on this path, and many times that you're sent there. That's for the healing. That's for the deep transformation to occur. Many times that devil will try to pop in and detour you off your path as well. And many times you're going to have crossroads, decisions to make. It's part of the path. It's part of that transformation. The battles, all part of the path, part of that transformation. It's part of, you taking that next leap forward. That next leap forward creates the wheel turning. It's part of it. It's all connected. And I knew going to Hollywood for me, yes, unknown, beyond the moon. Yeah. Also, this card, I was going to talk briefly about what happened. There was an experience I walked into. You might have seen it. I posted it. A restaurant, and it was a Mexican restaurant there. And the minute I walked in, it was covered in roses. Now, if you've been following me, you know I'm part of the Mary Magdalene Rose lineage path. That's part of my connection to spirit, part of my past lives. Roses. Yeah. Anything roses pops out to me. Spirit puts it there. So I walk into this restaurant, this Mexican restaurant. It's covered, a wall of roses. The minute I walk in. And then all through the restaurant, roses. In the toilets, roses. So I took a video of it and I posted it. Because, yeah, I felt drawn to. Spirit was guiding me. But while I was there, there was this young man, and he was away from his family for the Christmas. Again, very, very sad energy we was faced with. And he was very upset and he was very emotional. And I thought, where's this going, Spirit? What message are you sending me here now? And it was about a few minutes into it, and he offered to buy us all a drink and that. And we said no, but we said thank you, you know. We're in a strange place, don't know the person. Very, very cautious. Teach my kids, be cautious. I don't need to teach them, actually. They're very well, let's just say they're very old heads on the shoulders, and they've travelled a lot, so they're used to things like that. But my youngest is a good soul. He's got a beautiful heart. I call him my little Buddha. He's going to do something amazing with his life, to help others one day. I've called him my little Buddha from being a baby. He is. He's got that in him. So he's very empathic. He can feel people. He's like me. So he goes up to him and he introduces himself and he invites him over to have some drinks with us. So we don't mind that, but we don't accept drinks. So yeah, a few minutes into the conversation, and I get a download from my spirit guides, because he's talking about a certain, he's talking spiritually at this point. He's talking about God, and he's talking about spiritual things. So I know, instantly, spirits, yeah. So then, of course, the conversation comes to me, and gets mentioned that I'm a healer and energy and on the spiritual awakening path. And is very, very upset. And so I start speaking light language to him, just drawn to. I've been drawn to do this to many, many strangers on my travels as well. I've done it many, many places. Felt guided to. So I start speaking light language to him, and he mentions, that's tongues. And he's quite shocked, but not as shocked as some people have been, And yeah, I was like, yeah, it is tongues. That's what he knows it as. I know it as light language, ancient soul language. But he says it's tongues. And then he's like, she is very powerful. And he's telling my partner, she is one powerful lady. And I'm like, yeah, I know I am. I know my path. It's not an ego thing, because I've healed. I've balanced that ego out. This journey, I've balanced all out. That's why I can speak about it. So my partner's looking, and I'm like, yeah, he's right. It is tongues, and yeah, I am very powerful, and and it was just I say strange, but it wasn't. I'm used to all this now. I think it's very, very strange things happen to me. Let's say people, places, environments. I'm used to it now. I draw things like that into me. I know why, because I was meant to speak that light language to him to help him. He was missing his family. He was away working from his family at Christmas time, and I was meant to offer him, some healing from that light language, and he was like, wow, and he understood it as well, and that to me, spoke volumes. I was meant. We was meant to meet this person, we was. My son's keeping in touch with him, that connection. Yeah, it was just a strange experience, but lovely as well. So yeah, dark and light, there was some dark times there, but there was also some lovely light times, but yeah, when I was faced with all the roses, and if you haven't seen that video, it's only a short clip, but I just felt drawn to show people it. It's part of my path. But yeah, that gentleman it's only a young man that we, had a family of his own. It was just, it was just a strange, beautiful experience in between, some of the dark times I'd experienced then. So yeah, again, we've had dark and we've had light. We've had that contrast, and that's what I kept getting full from the downloads. You need to speak about the dark and the light of Hollywood and the contrast of the twin flame. The same in the twin flame connection, basically, the dark and the light. There's dark and light everywhere. That's part of life. So yeah, so Hollywood, it was a roller coaster of emotions for me. And to be quite honest, I expected it to be. I did. Not gonna lie. I expected this roller coaster to hit me. But out that roller coaster of emotions and the devil energy and the battles and battling with my own emotions to keep it balanced, there came a light eventually. Yeah, much like this path, the dark and the light of this journey is what they want me to talk about. So on the twin flame, you get the sadness, you get the loneliness, you get the codependency stage, you get the obsession, you get all of that. And in Hollywood, I'm pretty sure they get all of that. Chasing your dreams, and maybe your dreams don't work out for you, and you end up alone and homeless, and not everybody there, but yeah, there's some very, very dark energy there. And yeah, do you go to Hollywood to sell your soul to the devil? Do you? Because no amount of money, no amount of fame, fortune would ever put me in this energy again. No, I wouldn't. No, for nothing. Being in that devil energy, I know what it feels like to be in that obsession, that codependency, that chained, feeling bound, chained by your own mind as well, of our own making, some of this, not all of it, some of it. So I know what it feels like, 100%. And no, I would not sell my soul to the devil. Never. Choose light every step of the way. Choose my heart. That's another story. Yeah, I'll quickly talk about this. So getting past all these obstacles, yeah, and past this energy and the light, the sunshine. Sunshine came in. Well, we visited Santa Monica beach. Beautiful, beautiful place. Wow. Total difference to the energy I felt in, you know, yeah, totally different. Totally different. Not fun either, but totally different energy. Just felt so free. Felt like a different vibe. Like walking down the beach and just felt such a light energy coming from that place. Beautiful, I thought it was. Different. Lots of crystals there. Lots of energy healers there. So this is the story. So I walked past this sign and it says tarot readers. So of course I'm a tarot reader myself, channel for spirit. Catches my eye. So I'm like, oh, tarot reading, wouldn't mind. And I've always wanted to experience tarot reading in somewhere like this, you know, somewhere with that, that vibe. That's all. I can't explain the vibe. It was just, everything was just lighter there. Just felt different. Crystals selling there. It was just my type of place. So this catches my eye. I'm like, oh, I might get reading. So I go sit down for a bit, and then my son's mother-in-law, she says, come on, I'll go treat you to it, Ellen. And I was like, no, it's all right. I'd forgot about it anyhow, and I had totally forgot about it. She was like, come on, you really wanted it. And I thought it was strange that she'd mentioned it. You know, it's about an hour after I'd mentioned it, but I thought it was quite strange that, but again, spirit sends people and waits for people to get to me. You know, I'm used to that as well. So I was like, I said, come on, let's go get it. I was like, oh, go, okay then. So I go, and the sun's coming down, and it's a real sort of like stormy, moody, felt like I was in a film type of feeling. You know, it was really, really nice, mystical, magical feeling. And I was like, oh, wow, yeah, I'm going to get my reading done. And I was excited, but I was nervous. Because, you know, I know the dark side of this path, and I also know the light of this path. So I was nervous, you know. So I was like, no, I'm going to do it. It feels right too. So I knock on the door, and this young man answers, and I'm thinking, he's not the reader. No judgment there. I just knew that it wasn't the reader. I just knew, could feel it. And then this young girl answers, and I'm thinking, well, she's not the reader either. Just no judgment again. Just felt it, you know. My psychic medium in me could feel it. So saying no judgment, hold that card of no judgment. So then again, this older lady comes out, and I'm like, yes, she's the reader. Felt it, could feel it instantly. Knew it, could see it in her eyes, could see that wisdom. Just felt it. So I was like, oh, this is going to be good. And I was going to have the tarot reading, but again, spirit was, and then I was like, do you know, no, I'll have the palm reading. So I got a palm reading done. And wow, honestly, talk about spot on reading. Yeah. It was only a short one. But everything that she mentioned, spot on. There's no way she could have known it. Just like when I channel, there's no way I can know it. It's spirit channeling for us. And that's what we are, that vessel. But yeah, I've got good things to come, and I know I have in 2026. I've been saying it. And she well, I said validated it, but it was nice to hear from another energy healer, you know. She knew I was an energy healer also, and she was like, protect yourself, make sure you protect yourself when you bring it into your home. You need to protect yourself from lower energies, from the dark. I was like, oh yes, I know. But she knew I was bringing the business working from home, you know, in 2026, and I'm building an outhouse to do my Reiki and my light language from my home, you know. So she's like, yes, you know this anyhow. I know you know this. She also said I always come from the heart. That was what she started off with, and that's how I knew. I thought, instant. So she was like, everything you do comes from the heart. You lead from the heart, and that's very much what I speak about on my channel. Everything comes from the heart. This journey has taught me that. You know, it's a journey back to the heart, to my sacred heart, to find my true self in me, to find the strength in me, to find that divine in me. This journey is a journey back to your sacred heart, and then you help others. You know, but the minute she said that, I was like, yeah. And she was like, you don't do it because, well, she goes, you do it because you love to do it. You love to help others. You are this light, you know, for others. And yeah, she said, from August time, your career is going to go, go up and up and up, basically. My career's taking off. My career, it's not a job I do, it's a calling. But I understood what she meant. Yeah, it is. 2026 is breakthroughs and major. You know, she also said, you're very hardworking and very independent. She also told me I had 2 children. She told me many things about myself she could not have known. And she did say protect myself from this energy. Because she said everything I do is from the heart. Everything. And this energy will try to bound me again, you know. It will try to, put these chains around me. She went, but you know what you're doing. I went, yeah, I do. And that was another part of the journey that was all light, you know. So there was dark and there was light. There was the two. But am I glad to be home? Oh yeah, very much. Have I been tested by this energy again? Oh yes, very much. Did I survive it? Yeah, of course I did. I will always survive it, just like you will on your journey, Spirit's saying. We have to face the devil energy to become our own star. You know, we have to. That's what this journey is about. Did I think I'd be facing that tough energy again? Can't be sure, but I know this path, and I also know that one minute you can be, and next minute you can be. You can have the dark, you can have the light, but I also know now, 100%, that, I'm more in the light, you know, that devil energy just can't chain me anymore. I've been through too much. Once you go through that dark night, you face your battles, you face the towers, you face the loneliness, you know, the hermit. I was like, seeing all those homeless people, that hermit stage, is very lonely. It's heartbreaking. But yeah, there's light, is what I'm saying. There's dark and there's light. And this journey takes you, you know, through all of that. But I know that my light it's too strong, you know, now to be bound by that devil energy. That energy won't ever bound me again. It tried on this holiday. Did I battle it? Yeah, I did. Did I succeed? Yes, I did. Did I see the sunshine? Yes. Yeah, the sun came, and it will always come. You just keep battling and battling, pushing through, and knowing that the light will always win the dark, always. Yes, you need the two. The dark is there for us to push and find our strength. You do, yeah, but you don't let that dark, you know, submerge us. We don't, and I won't now. So I've learned a lot on my Christmas holidays. And it was a bit like the Christmas lamppost vacation. There was such funny parts. And yeah, it's put it this way, I will never ever forget it. Just like this path, you know, I'll be in my 80s, my 90s, maybe 100s, I don't know. But I'll never ever forget it, that's for sure. And wow, yeah, what a journey. Just, yeah, I remember this journey to Hollywood. Yeah, will I go back? Probably not. Probably not. But I say that, but I'm going to Las Vegas in, the next few months. So, will it be different? Yeah. I kind of think it might be. But I don't think I'll visit these darker places that I felt, you know, that dark energy again. I won't do that to myself again. I won't. Just like on the twin flame path. I won't visit these past feelings, emotions, codependency, devil energy. I won't visit that again on this path. 2026 is lighter, brighter, positive, balanced. Yeah, dreamer to this card. Union in self and union in this connection. That's 2026. How do I know it? Because I know it. I know this path. It's a knowing. Yeah. Union in self and union in this twin flame connection. That's 2026. And is that it? Because that's an hour. I was going to pull a Lemuria card, but I'm going to come back on straight after this. And I'm going to do a Lemuria card. So have a lovely, start to the new year, and sending you all love and blessings and healing. And, you know, you're your own healer. I'll send you healing to become your own healer. You know, that knowledge of you heal yourself. We all have that inside us. But I send you love, and yeah, lots of love and happy times in this year we're going into. I'll speak to you all soon.